This is engine 1506 of the Lake Palo Pinto Volunteer Fire Department. This unit was built here in the fire station by several of our firemen and built to be used in situations where we have wildland conditions butting up against urban situations. It's built on the chassis of an M1083A1 5-ton cargo truck built for the U.S. military by Stewart and Stevenson. It came to us as a grant from the Texas State Forest Service, and we took the truck, put it in the fire station, stripped it down to the frame, and totally built the body for the truck. Some of the unique specifications for this truck, as I mentioned, it is a 5-ton cargo unit. The overall dimensions of the truck are about 24.5 feet long by 8.5 feet wide by nearly 10 feet tall. So it does have some mass and some bulk to it, and it will be somewhat limited in off-road conditions, although it does have the capability of going off-road and attacking wildland fires. But also it has the capability of pulling up to a structure fire and pumping in a stationary position, just as you would expect a pumper to do. The truck has a highway maximum speed of about 58 miles per hour. When it's fully loaded with all equipment and water, it's going to weigh about 34,000 to 35,000 pounds. So you can see that is also something that will somewhat limit what you can do off-road. With the overall mass of the truck, you will have problems with it when you get into brush conditions. You're going to have to basically try to stay along the edge of a fire line to use it. Running along the edge of a fire line, it does have tremendous knockdown capability for wildland fires. Some of the very unique things about this truck, and this was strictly from the standpoint that it was built for the military, it's a full-time 6-wheel drive. It has a 330 horsepower Caterpillar engine in it, backed by a 7-speed Allison transmission. Something unique about this transmission, it has an off-road mode, so that you can hit a button and go to off-road situation, and you have only 5 speeds in that mode. The thing that it does when you switch from one mode to the other, when you're running on the highway, about 70% of the torque is applied to the back tires or the back wheels, and 30% to the front. When you go in the off-road mode, it equally divides that torque between the front and the back. So when you get into soft soil conditions, you're not going to have a tendency to want to push those front wheels. The truck has a 500 gallon per minute PTO-driven pump on it. That is controlled by switches in the cab and back on the console. A unique thing to this truck also, it has a central tire inflation system. These are Michelin all-terrain tires on it. They carry about 60 pounds of air when you're running on the highway or hard surface. If you get off a road in soft conditions, you can hit a button up in the cab. It lowers the pressure in those tires to about 20 pounds, so it gives you much more tire surface for traction in soft conditions. The thing you need to keep in mind when you're changing the the pressure on these tires, when you're lowering the pressure for off-road, it takes probably around 15 minutes to get that pressure down. But when you're reinflating those tires to go back on the highway, it's going to take you about 30 minutes to get them back up to pressure.